All right, good Friday afternoon, everyone. TJ here for your Express Abs class. It is 12 p.m. I hope you are ready, probably ready for the weekend. All right, so for today, if you have a small weight or a small soup can, I would definitely have that. If you don't have one, not really a big deal. Just imagine just kind of holding something. All right. So starting off very simple is I'm just going to, you can use your hands for the moment, but I just want you to hold your hand straight out and we're just going to twist at the waist. So just twisting or rotating the upper half of your body. And again, as you rotate, you're not throwing your weight into going to the right, to the left, to the right, to the left. It's a very controlled movement, but you're still bracing your core. You're keeping that core engaged as you do it. 3, 2, 1. All right, so now we're going to do this one we've done a couple of times, but we're gonna do the wood chopper. So where we're bottom right to upper left, bottom right to upper left. All right, again, weight or no weight, totally up to you. Ready? Go. Crazy, I already got started and I already feel hot. All right, keep going, keeping that core engaged. Again, working all these sort of rotation or twisting sort of exercises with our core, our obliques, the muscles underneath, because there are 2 layers of our core, but we only see the top. We're also working what's underneath. 3, 2, 1. All right, so now bottom left to upper right. Ready? Go. And if it helps, try to focus on something in front of you as you're twisting or looking farther out beyond than just like staring at your hand. I only say that because if you get dizzy, you might fall over. And if you're at home, who knows, that can be dangerous. All right, keeping that core engaged. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, so we're gonna go back to this one where we're twisting. If you were just joining on, pretty much you're holding your hand out in front of you, weight or no weight. And if you have a weight, it's probably a soup can or a very light dumbbell, but just twisting the waist or the upper half of you. You are not throwing your weight when you go left to right, right to left. You have control of what it is you are doing. Keep going. If you have a slightly heavier weight or maybe a jar of something, you could totally use that when we move into the next round. 3, 2, 1. All right, so we're gonna go bottom right to upper left. Again, that wood chopper. Ready? Go. So again, either just using your hands or a small soup can or a jar, but remember, keep a hold of whatever it is you have in your hand, just so there's no holes in the wall or something gets broken. Nice job. So again, bottom right to upper left, just twisting, working the obliques. Got a little bit of a bend and I found my rhythm. 3, 2, 1. All right, so bottom left to upper right. And like I said, try to stare at something beyond your hand so you don't get dizzy. Ready? Go. Nice job. So we're going to do one more round of these 3 exercises, and then we will remove the weight, and we will go down onto the floor. But like I said, one more round after this, keeping the core engaged. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. So for that last and final one, you can continue to do the twisting of that upper half. Again, keep that core engaged. I'm going to make it a little more interesting. All right. I'm going to slightly squat. I'm going to twist my foot and my upper body as I'm twisting. So this time, the whole body is rotating. Otherwise, you could just keep the lower half still and just twisting the upper half, right? So options. And again, if you were doing the one that I'm doing, try to stare at something farther away than your hand. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice job. All right, so just kind of recenter, regather yourself before we move into this next one. So bottom right, upper left. All right, ready? Go. Nice job. Keep going. So I'm just kind of slightly doing a partial squat as I come down to that bottom right, and I straighten my body as I move it to the upper left. 3, 2, 1. All right. Now, opposite side, bottom left, upper right. Last time. Ready? Go. Again, you could use a weight or no weight. If you're at home and you don't have weights, I've said it many times, or we say it all the time, get creative. Use the can, a jar, a book. Nice job. Keep going. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. So let's put that dumbbell down and let's move down to the floor. Before we get started with everything else, let's do a quick stretch. All right. So I want your feet or your knees apart and your feet behind me, or my feet behind me, are touching. And I'm just going to do my child's pose. Just stretching out my low back. And let's come into that Sphinx position where we're on our, well, not really on our belly, but we're lying face down, and the elbows are on the floor. Nice job. One last and quick stretch before we move on. Something a little different, maybe unusual if you are not used to it, but I want your feet or your knees wide, and I really want you to sit back again like your child's pose, but this time you're feeling it through the inner thigh. All right. So again, having your feet, or sorry, your knees wide and feeling that stretch through the inner thigh. All right. All right. So let's move on to the bridges. All right. So pillar bridge. You could be on your knees or on your feet. Ready? Up. So we're just holding. My shoulders are directly over my wrist. If it's easier, you can always move it down to the elbows. It'll make it a little easier on the wrist if you need to. Just still keep your shoulders directly over your elbows. Otherwise, it could be on your knees. If it makes it easier, 3, 2, 1, turn it over. We're gonna go reverse bridge, or in this case, feet are extended. You could be on your elbows or your hands, but we're going to lift the hip and we're just gonna hold. Ready? Up. So again, keeping the body straight. Again, if it's easier, you could always be on your elbows, lifting your hip. Squeezing through your hips or through your glutes. Again, very similar to a pillar bridge with the working the core. Even though we're not moving, 3, 2, 1. Now moving to the sides. All right, so I'll say it many times. Bottom leg, if it's bent and closest to the floor, it's modified. If you stack your feet and you hold this lateral or side bridge, that's all you're doing. You're just holding. All right, up if you haven't. Nice job. Keep going. So again, still engaging the core, or kind of like a light switch, you're turning it on by making sure that you're keeping things activated. Because otherwise, if I didn't activate anything, then and I let my hip just kind of drop, I'm not really doing too much. 3, 2, 1, flip it over. And we definitely want to make the most of our workouts. All right, modified or feet stacked. Ready? Go. So up. So again, shoulders are stacked. So my right shoulder is over my left, which is over my left elbow. My body is straight, whether it's modified or not. Nice job. Keep going. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop it down. We're just going to do a quick stretch. So crisscross your legs, sitting on your bottom. And again, reaching forward, stretching out the low back. Walk it over to your right. Walk it over to your left. Excellent job. We're going to go back to that pillar bridge, whether you're on your hands or your elbows, and we're face down. All right, ready? Go. Now, if you want to add a little bit of an interesting element, whether you're on your knees or your toes, is tapping the shoulder or your elbows or the other hand. The other hand would probably be a little easier than if you were to tap your elbows or your shoulders, but you got to keep your body straight and making sure we are not twisting the waist. Otherwise, you can just hold and still keep your shoulders directly over your elbows or your wrists. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, flip it over. We're going to go back to that reverse bridge. All right, so elbows or knee, or elbows or hands, hip up. So you should be facing the ceiling or facing up, looking at the ceiling, keeping that body straight, squeezing through your hips. If you want to add movement, you can drop the hip up and down. Just make sure you squeeze at the top. Again, totally up to you. Keep going. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Down. All right, moving to the side. So side bridge or lateral bridge. Ready? Up. So either modified or feet stacked. Again, same sort of thing. If you want a little bit of a movement, drop the hip down, push it up, drop the hip down, push it up. Otherwise, you can just hold it. So I've got my left shoulder over my right shoulder, over my right elbow. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Flip it. All right, this will be the last one. If you want to do a little more, go through those same 4 exercises again. All right, last time. Ready, go. I swear time flies when you're having fun. So either adding the hip movement, whether you're in your modified position or your feet are stacked and your body is straight. Nice job. So we'll do one last set of stretches before we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, sitting on our bottom. Really quick, just reach for your toes, just to stretch out the back of the leg. So I'm sure some of us will be back to sitting in our chair. So just to help kind of alleviate any tightness. Nice job. Crisscross your feet. Still sitting on your bottom. Reach forward. Stretching out the low back. Like I said 30 seconds ago, if you want to add another set of the pillar bridge, the reverse bridge, and the side bridges, both right and left, do so. Should only take you about 3 minutes between those 4. Nice job. All right. Have a great Friday, everyone. Have a great weekend, and we will see you Monday. All right. Bye, everyone.